Hi, I'm Corey Cooper reporting for CCTV.com. With the two sessions set to kick off March 3rd, we've been asking both locals and foreign residents, what's your China dream? Recently we met up with entrepreneur and animal lover Mary Peng, founder of the International Center for Veterinary Services, China's only foreign-owned full-service animal hospital, at their brand-new facility in Wangjing, 20 minutes northeast of Beijing city center. The ICVS offers pet owners a complete range of services including vaccinations, spaying and neutering and other surgeries, radiology, diagnostics, preventative health care, as well as grooming. Mary says that the hospital has played a niche role in providing pet owners with clear information about regulations regarding moving their pets to and from China, and offers the proper exams, vaccinations, and even a microchipping service. Meet Junior, a 2-year-old tabby cat. Junior, who is preparing to move abroad with his family, is getting a pre-move checkup at the ICVS. The hospital's veterinary team is preparing to implant a special microchip which can be used to confirm his identity. The relatively painless procedure only takes a few seconds. Mary moved to China in 1991 and worked for top international companies before realizing her dream to found her own veterinary hospital. She says her own experiences owning a pet in China made her realize the need for international standard veterinary care. After more than a year visiting animal hospitals around the world and getting up to speed on the latest trends in veterinary medicine, in 2006 she made her move.
I always felt that I needed to explore where my family came from. Growing up in the United States, I think for anyone who's lived there, spent time there, you really are completely American. And even if your family is from another country, it's still very, very far removed while you're in America. So I knew, even at an early age, that I did want to explore Asia, China, this part of the world. I remember in the very early days, 94, 95, it was very, very difficult to find a veterinary hospital or veterinarians who were experienced with small animal medicine. It was mainly livestock and farm animals at that time. We returned back in 2002. What I realized was in about 10 years' time, nothing had changed. Nothing had happened really with the animal health care sector. And I was really starting to get very concerned because my young cat that I brought to the United States with me was now, by that time it was 2004, and she was now 10 years old. She was already a senior cat, getting quite old. And I knew that there would be a time when we needed to find good health care. I waited and waited and waited, and I waited some more. And then by that time, about 10 years had gone by, and I realized this wasn't going to happen. And if you want to be the change that you want to see in the world, you had to do something about it. It really took a lot of planning. I used all of my knowledge, all of my education, my MBA background, all of my life experience, all of my work experience. I visited animal hospitals across the world. I spoke to over 100 veterinarians just in China alone. I spoke with even more from other countries. I did a full, feasibility undertaking, and I studied the market, and I talked to many pet owners, too many to count. That's when I realized, we as pet owners all had the same common need. And it took, I would say, well over a year, right, to do the planning and to get everything ready for this hospital to be open. I knew we were doing something great. I knew that this was going to be a game changer and that we were going to be well watched, right? But most importantly, we knew we were fulfilling a huge demand.
As the only wholly foreign-owned animal hospital in China, the ICVS helps better train local veterinarians and also increase public awareness about pet registration, rabies vaccinations, spaying and neutering pets, and pet adoption.
We created the first and the only legally recognized and authorized veterinary learning exchange program where our doctors go overseas for training and continuing education. We also have foreign visiting veterinarians from many different countries around the world. In the medical field, you have to continuously keep abreast of new developments, new clinical trials, new drugs, new medical equipment, new procedures, new breakthroughs. We also have so many community programs and animal welfare programs. For example, on the day that we opened doors in 2006, we already had in place adoption programs and prevention programs. We already had created the first structured trap, neuter, return program, which helps to manage and control the stray cat population, stray and feral cat populations in Beijing. And that's what's made me the proudest, is that, you know, the International Center for Veterinary Services has really become a deeply rooted and established part of our community and of our social fabric here in China. This was an opportunity that came about and presented itself to me because of a need that I had, that I soon discovered many other people had that same need and same desire, you know, to be able to take better care of our pets. So this is why I decided to devote myself completely to managing and operating and overseeing the International Center for Veterinary Services. I would say in many respects it's been the greatest, most enriching and rewarding experience of my life. Many of the foreign nationals here feel very much like they're here on a short-term basis. You live contract to contract, and you're never really sure where your company may send you next. And it can create a feeling that can lead one to feel a little bit unsettled and also unrooted. What I did was I realized that I really loved being here. There was no other place in the world that I would rather be, and I wanted to have deep roots. I wanted to create my world here, and I wanted to help make my world here a little bit better in some way. And when I created the hospital, the hospital in 2006, part of my purpose was to create a business and a company and a healthcare facility for our animals that would be here forever, that would be sustainable. And I knew that by doing this, I would be able to commit to being here for the long term.
What do you think the China dream means to you?
My China dream was always to be able to really make an impact in China, for China, but also through doing this to be able to impact the world in some way. Through the International Center for Veterinary Services, through our animal welfare, humanitarian programs, our owner education programs, adopting pets, spaying and neutering them. All of these things, I think, I see the difference that it's made in the lives of the animals. And all of these animals are attached to people and families, and their lives are impacted. So for me to be able to make a difference every day, whether it's that we help an animal get better after an illness, we help a family find a new pet, right, that becomes a deeply loved member of their family. We teach an owner something that they didn't know before that can help them, help their animals lead a longer, healthier life. These, for me, are all the daily small victories. And this is my dream. This is once in a lifetime. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to top this. I'm thrilled.
Please stay tuned to cctv.com as we ask more people to share with us their China dreams.